Woo, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? It's your boy Stoney coming to you live from the TCM Museum of Minnesota. We made it to another goddamn weekend, everybody. Congratulations. You know what the time is, baby. Space Corps Podcast coming to you live. Episode 51 up in this motherfucker tonight. I see all you beautiful people on TikTok hopping on right now. Marta Castillo, what's happening? Everybody, get on in here. I'm very excited about tonight. These are my favorite shows to do when I've got a beautiful, amazing, handsome guest coming on in just a few seconds. But for everybody, let's get through the sponsors really quick. Half Moon Designs, that's our homie, Ann McDonald. If you don't have something amazing from her, what the hell's wrong with you? Go to her Shopify right now. Go get something and make sure when you check out, you use Space Corps. At the end, at your checkout, you're going to get 10% off the entire order, baby. And if you like what you're seeing here with the show, of course, the best way to support it, subscribing, sharing, and all that stuff. But you can go a step further and buy yourself some merch, man. I got Stoney's TCM stuff as well as the podcast merchandise, including the new... Oh my God, the coffee. I'm fucking buzzing off it right now, baby. I got some other stuff even to show you too, but I'll be talking about that in a minute. But ladies and gentlemen, it is with my great pleasure once again to bring onto the show for a second time officially for Space Corps Podcast. We have done something else in the past we'll talk about in a minute too, because it was some good ancient history to bring up. But ladies and gentlemen, the great and powerful Guy McMonstermaker. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hey Stoney, how you doing?
I'm good.
Happy
man.
Friday. Hope you're staying warm in Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, my friend.
Sure. Want to make sure. I mean, I should have been able to figure it out from the accent, but right.
Dude, it is freezing in this goddamn basement I'm in too. I'm rocking my new Evil Nate Hewitt. He's a pro wrestler who is the son of Leatherface, and he's a very dear friend of mine.
Beautiful.
And he's got a bunch of merch, and I never even knew it, dude. Like, we'd been like homies for so long, and then all of a sudden I just happened to see him put a post. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, he doesn't only just have like a shirt. He's got like fucking 2 pages of shirts like on his store, and I'm like, fucking right. So I had to buy some. So big shout out to Chainsaw Nate. But yeah, I'm like, fucking chilly down here, dude. I don't know. It's not as crazy of a Minnesota winter as it has been lately. Like, usually we should be 20 below. We were sitting at 0 for the last couple days, and then today it jumped up to 20 above. So I'm like, shit, we're okay, man. We're doing all right.
Well, so are you used to snow? I mean, obviously,
Yes.
right? You forget my ignorance. So I'm not. So like right now, we just have I don't know if it counts as a lot of snow, but we had a snowstorm the last 2 days.
Okay.
And, it's crazy because over here everybody is like, stay off the roads, don't drive, don't do anything. And I'm thinking, like, it's just kind of funny because like you look out the window and I don't see. Not only do I not hear cars, but I don't even see like tire tracks. Like, everybody's afraid to like drive in the snow, which I guess I can understand, but it's weird because I'm not used to it. So
sure.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, do I go out and make a snowman out of like the gravel and grass and ice or what? Actually, not in this condition. I probably shouldn't. I'm still recovering from a virus. But if I wasn't, I'd probably go out there and make some horrible monstrosity of a snowman.
That is a limited edition Guy McMonstermaker creation out there,
Right? Quite literally. As soon as the weather gets better, it'll melt, and then.
Dude, I mean, you definitely get comfortable driving around here, just growing up through it. But there was a good chunk of my life. I had a scary fucking time on the roads with ice and snow, where it kind of fucked me up for a long time. Where I was really kind of nervous driving around and that type of stuff, But long since,
do you guys have to use chains on your tires?
We can't.
They
they don't let you do that, like on the main roads and stuff, because it kind of like fucks up the highway and shit like that. But yeah, if you're in the backwoods, you're going out to camp, you're out in the forest, or wherever, people toss on them chains for sure to get around, man. It's definitely it is an available option, that's for sure. Hey,
Good.
I
At least everyone's staying safe.
cheers to you, my friend. I'm on a good espresso kick right now, and I got to finish that baby up.
When we're
Mm.
done, can you please send me a link to your favorite one? My wife loves coffee, and so I would love to support the Space Corps Caffeine Brigade and get her some.
Right there is what you need. That's my special Stoney's TCM blend because the coffee is
Okay.
family, baby. You
Yeah,
can
that's
buy it
beautiful.
whole bean or ground, and it's on the merch link that's on the bottom of the page. Everybody, if you're interested, it's something new. And me,
Okay.
I'm a fucking coffee nut, and I'm so excited about it, dude. It's actually like really fucking good coffee. That's the thing. I was like, when I kind of got into it, I go, oh, I wonder what this is gonna be like. No, dude, it's like legit. It's really good shit.
Yeah,
So
see, I know nothing about coffee. She does though. Like she's always drinking coffee. Me, I used to be an energy drink guy,
yeah.
and even then, I kind of rolled back on those a little bit. Are you gonna do a Stoney's uh, energy drink anytime?
I d well, I okay, so let's just roll into it because I've been branching
Oh
out
boy.
into the merchandising world. I got into supplements here, so now unveiling, which is live on the Printify shop right now too. I got Uncle Stoney's Zonky Juice. These are Sleep Well gummies, so you can get your Bill
Dude,
Cosby
that's
on
awesome.
and fucking pass the
Nice.
fuck out, dude. They're
I swear, guys, it was just I just asked. I'm not getting paid for this promotion. we're just talking here.
dude.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, it was
That's
so.
fantastic,
I mean,
man.
the company that I'm doing the merchandise with, they had this whole new line of like supplements and shit. I was like, holy fuck! I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what am I gonna be? Some fat guy selling creatine powders and shit? But then all of a sudden, I saw these sleepness gummies or whatever they called, Sleep Well, multiple fruits. I go, dude, those are like little fucking little roofies in a jar, but they just taste good. Use them on yourself
Damn it,
only.
Stoney.
It's
Stop
not
working.
okay to dose other people. I'm not condoning that whatsoever, but maybe you could. I don't
Yes. Use the Stony sleep gummies responsibly. Absolutely.
know. Dude, Sean Fuller's in the house, Mr. Slasher Stashers. He says, yo, two sexy motherfuckers are on tonight. You got that
What's
right,
going
baby.
on, brother? Hope you're doing well over there.
Dude,
I'll see you in a couple of months.
absolutely, man. Eric Gay's watching. Joe Foster's saying, Guy.
What's going on, everybody?
Fucking right, dude.
Joe Foster, my Xeno bro,
That is your
100%.
homie, man. He's a good dude.
He is very well. Everyone, pretty much everyone that is in the horror community these days is pretty amazing. So, but
Dude,
yes, he's special because he's an Alien fan. As crazy as I am.
yes, dude. Yeah, he's or not him, but you've always been this kind of just this beautiful fish in the sea that is just kind of avoids any of the negative vibrations of just the
Yeah,
drama and stuff, and you
yeah,
just whether you're kind of purposely aloof to it or just really good of letting things bounce off. I never see you in the middle of fucking this and
yeah.
that.
No,
So that's a good way to
so
live.
my thing is I get along with pretty much everybody, and the people that I don't get along with, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. So, like, I don't know. I have like a live and let live attitude.
That's
But I don't
great.
see a lot of people like I'm not aware of
Yeah.
like if people do hate me, I don't know.
I
Like
like to feel most of it's pretty chilled out nowadays, which is good because we've talked about this last time where it's pretty spicy out in the communities, but seems to have been kind of
yeah,
quieted down. I'll tell
yeah,
you
that's good.
for one thing. So here's the new hot topic. Is Scott Deliverance just there? Did you hear about this the last day about like RIP, like this guy supposedly died. He was an auctioneer, a toy auctioneer. He's a big dude. He was like a rapper and stuff, and he went by the name Juice, and he was on some of like he's not a horror guy. But
Hmm.
apparently all of a sudden, like 2 days ago, on all the groups was this big like rest in peace, like like tribute piece, like he passed away, and everybody was like, oh my god, beside themselves, and it came out in the morning, and everybody's just, I mean, millions, not millions, but just tons of good words are coming in. Oh, so sorry, condolences, blah blah blah, and then it develops throughout the day that this is a publicity stunt in order to revive his rap career, which is nothing. And
Wow.
dude, it was a terrible, terrible decision.
Yeah, that sounds pretty horrible. The
But I mean,
irony,
here we
right?
are
He's
talking about it
trying to
right
revive
now.
something by pretending to be dead. Jesus, that's terrible.
Fucking awful. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you idiot? So
Yeah, that's not too bright. No, I was not aware of that either. so
I'm
so
just
when it comes to the Facebook and things, I don't really actually, interestingly enough,
yeah,
today when I woke up, I don't know, it was a nice morning, and I was like, yeah, I want to like try and pay some positivity for it. So I started going into the groups and saying hi to everybody
yeah,
because it's been a long time since I've like been in other groups, like talking to people and stuff like that. I
sure,
usually
yeah,
just stay within my group, and
yeah,
I'm always focused on work, really. So my rationale is everyone in the other groups is usually in that group anyway, so it doesn't make any, like, if they won't miss me if I'm not in their group, you know what I mean?
sure.
So but I tried today to kind of like branch out and wish everyone well and
Very
stuff like that.
nice.
So, but yeah, no, I don't. Sorry, I don't know any of the fun stuff that's
No,
happening these
that's
days.
why I'm just filling you in on a little juicy gossip. So
Gotcha. Yeah, that's terrible though.
it was crazy. Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
it's like, dude, it was like a shock. You're like, oh my god, like this guy's a young guy, and like he
well,
probably,
glad he's alive
yeah.
at
Well, and that's what we're
least.
all saying too. We're like, well, glad you're here, but what a dick idiot move here,
Yeah,
buddy.
that's kind of a messed up thing to do. I mean, faking one's death. Uh, I wonder who gave him that idea. It's what
Yeah,
I'm really curious about.
I think I would like to think it was probably spent around a couch smoking some weed and going, you know what we should do, man. Like that
Right.
70s show, the fucking cameras are panning around everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah. All the different perspectives and things. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude,
So
Kyle.
again, congratulations
Oh, thanks, man.
on doing this for a whole year and having you just had your 50th episode. You're almost 100 in the can.
Yeah,
Halfway
dude.
there. And I would like to say that you remind me a lot of that same kind. You have that same kind of energy because I was watching some of your stuff,
Yeah,
and you're always happy and enthusiastic and positive. I mean, from my perspective.
that's right.
So I
It's the
think
gummies.
that is something that is also extremely, like, it's infectious. And I mean, well, I've only ever known you to be kind, so it's not surprising to see you all upbeat and happy when you're doing your shows and stuff like that. But you have a very, I think you have a very specific style to your
Nice.
podcast that makes it enjoyable to watch. Like, you can't help but feel kind of like stoked when you get stoked about something.
Dude,
Like
sweet.
that Doom statue that you unboxed
Yeah.
the other show a couple
Yep.
weeks back. That was beautiful. So did you ever find the other one?
I haven't yet. Just
Hmm.
it's just the art of like now things that are sold out and collectible. It's just the people that nab them up just try to charge you 9 times the amount it's worth, and I
Yeah, they're
cannot.
called pieces of garbage.
They are,
Absolutely.
dude.
Yeah.
God, I just can't do it, and I'm just like, fuck it. I'm like, I would rather not own it than give you the satisfaction of you flipping and making those extra bucks. You
Yeah.
know,
I don't like when people prey on limited
yeah.
items and stuff. It's pretty shitty. I mean,
It's
no
shitty,
offense
dude.
if anyone watching does that or whatever, kind of watch your P's and Q's, but
Yeah.
me personally, I'm not a fan of that either. So
No.
I get it.
And
I hope you do find it one day though.
well, thank you. I will. And that's the thing, though, too, is like what I try to tell most people that collect, like, if you're truly a collector that's buying out of the love of it,
Yeah.
that probably isn't going to change, in your
Yeah.
heart. You're probably still going to be interested in this in a year from now or so. Be patient with buying this type of stuff because, all of a sudden
Yeah.
that one comes, you're like, there it is. Okay. It's okay. There's going to be another one, usually, right? Especially with that
Yeah.
type of a thing. So just be patient. It'll come around. It might not be for a year or so, but that's what keeps it interesting. It's just like, I think some people rush into it and then you're just buy, 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 buy. And then after 2 months, you spend a crazy amount of money and now you have everything.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then you hit this, you've plateaued, and then all of a sudden it drops off. And
It's like, where do you go from here?
yeah,
There's nothing left to anticipate is, I think,
yeah,
the problem.
you,
But also, I think it depends.
yeah,
It's almost, it's
addictive.
like an addiction
Yeah,
thing, or I don't like using that word because you can choose not to collect, but I have, in many instances over the years, I've come across very awesome people, but like, it's kind of like the I have to have it
yeah,
kind of like now.
yes,
Like, I'll pre-order it years in advance. I mean, but I mean, in those cases, I do kind of understand that because certain companies you have to simply because they will be like gone immediately. But
Exactly. Right.
for some things, it's like, there'll be a better version of it at some point, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Like you
And
said,
you know what? It just clicked in my head. You know what it is? It's the equivalent to binge watching shows. Like, I can't stand it when a new series comes out and all of a sudden day one, the whole season's available and people just rifle
yeah,
through it. I'm the kind of guy, I like it where it comes out every Sunday and that's something to do. It becomes a ritual, just a part of your week that's like exciting. You know,
that does make sense. It gives you something to, yeah, because then, you wait, what, in some cases, 2 years for a show that you binge watch in a weekend, and then
yeah,
you have to wait another 2 years. I totally
exactly.
understand. So what I do for that is, I'll wait until the season is done,
Yeah.
or I'll wait until there are multiple seasons, and then I'll go in and binge watch.
Yeah, and
Um,
and not knocking on him. That's my wife's. That she'll just something comes out, she can't help it. She just
oh
plows
yeah,
through, and all of a sudden it's like the next morning she surfaces and she's like, "I watched the whole thing." I'm like, "What?" Like, okay,
I've done that with a few things. I understand. And my wife and I do it all the time with those trashy Netflix shows like Love Is Blind and shit. So I
sure.
totally get it.
One we just so okay, so I'm the horror collecting, I'm music, I'm whatever. Her thing is our shows and cinema and movies. She's a huge movie buff. Everything that revolves around that, and it's awesome. And so she's seen like everything. So she's my go-to, whenever hey, what about
Like,
this
what's
movie?
that person's name? And then she'll tell you.
Exactly. But so every once in a while, though, we will also have a TV series or a movie night that's like ours, right?
Mm.
And bless her heart because she knows that I like to take my time with that. So we will pick like a show, but it's got to interest me because I work so much. I've got the kids. I get up at 3 in the morning. It's hard for my fat ass to stay awake past 9 o'clock when it comes to the weekend. I'm so ingrained from the weekday. That by the time we finally get the kids to bed and they sit down, okay, let's watch a movie. I'm usually crashing out, and it's like, okay, but
No, I understand completely.
hence the
Yeah, you need
espresso.
something to hold your attention because you've already expended so much energy during the day,
That's right.
and I know you want to stay awake to enjoy something with her, and I know you'll probably
Exactly.
get in trouble if you don't. So
That's
that
right.
that happens to me all the time. I get it.
So that's why you reach for some Stoney's TCM blend coffee to keep your fucking ass up, But no,
Nice.
but so that's the thing. It's like, usually we'll find something. The a show we just watched recently that finished up, which was phenomenal. And I don't know if it's your cup of tea or not, but it was The Penguin. And I
Oh,
don't
I
know,
love that show.
did you
Yeah.
watch it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking A, dude. It was
Yeah.
amazing. What a
It was
great season that
100%.
was.
That I don't know who has or hasn't watched it, but that end, right? Like
Yes.
it's all, yeah.
Fucking
Wow.
beautiful, dude. Because she's a massive Batman fan, and I love Batman. I mean, out of all the superhero stuff, that was number one for me, And I do like, like Spider-Man, Superman. I'll watch some of the other stuff, but I don't know the lineage of all the fucking Marvel, all this stuff. I'll sit and watch it. It's cool, but again, just me personally, it's just hard for me to sit down and commit to movies, let alone a fucking mega franchise of.
Right. Yeah. Well, with the Marvel stuff, especially, it's like I think you could probably, if you watched all the movies back to back, it would take like 2 days. I think some like all the different,
It's
you know
nuts.
what I mean? Like yeah. So I get it. What do you think of, just out of curiosity, what do you
Yeah.
think of the new Superman, the actor design look of everything, in your opinion? What do you
So,
think?
so again, I'm usually kind of stupid. Is there a
Oh,
new, like, as of the last 5 years Superman, or is this still the same one that's
okay.
been in it for he did like the Ben Affleck Batman Wonder Woman one, that guy, right? Is that who we're
Okay, I
talking?
got you. Yeah, so that was Henry Cavill. This is some new
There's a
dude named
new one.
David
Oh,
Corn Sweat, I think.
Corn
It's a
Sweat,
new guy.
nice, nice.
I think that's his name. I might be butchering it, but that's how I've always read it when I see it in the articles and stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, there's a James Gunn is redoing all of that DC stuff.
Yeah.
And so they just unveiled the trailer for it. And I didn't know if you had seen it or not,
Oh, okay, so
but
super
yeah.
recent. So what are your thoughts on it? Tell me, I mean, is it kind of totally revolutionize the whole, concept of it, or is it
Oh no, I'm not a fan of the design myself. The guy, I think, he looks like, it looks like Clark Kent. Like I could see him being a decent Clark Kent. The trailer, from what I extrapolated from the trailer, it's very true to certain comic lines. Apparently, James Gunn is like a really big um, Superman fan,
okay?
but Some stuff could have been better, but then again, take that with 100% grain of salt because
Sure.
everybody on the internet thinks everything could be better. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
don't listen to me. It's my personal thing about Superman. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But hopefully it's good. I know that it's not going to be as gritty and kind of like foreboding as the Zack Snyder one, which
Mm.
I don't mind that because Superman has always kind of usually been like a symbol of optimism.
Yeah.
So like, to go into all those movies where it's all so bleak and everything's all kind of grayish and Superman's all
Yeah.
broody and miserable, that's fine, but at the same time, I don't want to like watch him save the world and then feel depressed afterwards.
Yeah,
So
dude.
hopefully this one is, more in keeping with like the Christopher Reeve kind of vibe is what I'm getting, but
Sure.
we'll see. I don't know.
Well, that's cool. And it's, I mean, I respect that like they'll do different takes on it. Like
Yeah.
from like the X-Men series, like there was that Logan movie, right? Of
Mhm.
Wolverine. Like that was R-rated and it was like, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It's been a long
Oh
time
yeah.
since I watched it, but definitely a different take on that shit. And like, hey, that's cool too. It's good to try it out. But I hear you. I'd rather it be kind of more, the triumphant, cheer for the super, not so
Yeah.
like, reality based. He's on fucking, fucking Lexapro, and
Who am I?
yeah,
What am I?
yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah. Like I don't mind Superman being existential and everything, but at least kind of like make him a little more optimistic at the very least.
exactly. We got other people in the chat too. We got Tim and Amanda McKinney saying, "What's up, brothers?"
Dang!
Dude, we got
I
Sean
love I
Heim,
love them.
Stoney, my brother, from another whacked out mother. How the fuck are you, you pantsless freak? Everybody is on to me now. They realize that I have no pants on when I do these shows, but you know,
I mean, do you really need them if you're doing a podcast?
I,
If it's from here down,
clearly
you're
I
fine.
don't. 50 episodes strong, baby. So
That's that. Well, see, now I understand why you're cold though. So
yeah.
I mean, you need some sweatpants or something. I think.
Stumacher's watching. We got Andrel. Oh, hell yeah. A lot of people. And dude, so here's a new thing that I've been doing, Guy, is that I'm actually multi streaming now across platforms when I do this. So typically for the majority of this podcast, I've always done it just on Facebook, and then
Mm-hmm.
afterwards I'll upload it to YouTube. Well, I'm also
Hmm.
streaming live right now from YouTube and also TikTok. And
Yeah, I saw that in your in the last episode. You had
yeah,
mentioned that.
it's
For first of
interesting,
all,
man.
I just got to commend you on your savvy with all that. I have no idea how to
Thank you.
even run one podcast, let alone three different areas of it. So
It's
I'll
interesting.
have to pick your brain on that because in case I ever McMonstermaker's blathering session podcast, I don't know.
Well, dude, I
We'll
mean,
see.
you do those. You'll hit the live button while you're creating, and I think it's so fucking cool, dude. It's just
Oh yeah, that's just boring work stuff. Most of the time,
well,
people don't really pay attention to that. But if it interests you, cool. I'm glad. But
yeah. I mean,
most of the
it may or may not, but there are some of you guys and gals out there that will do that. I mean, like some mask makers, they'll just turn the camera on while they're just sitting and painting, and they'll just go for hours. And they're
time,
not there to entertain, so it might just be kind of dead air. So yeah,
yeah,
it's not
right.
everybody's cup of tea, but for some of the people that are really interested, it's fucking cool, man. Because I don't,
I like it just because I can say hi to everybody.
That's cool, dude. And I can see
Yeah.
the behind the scenes because, just to me personally, it fascinates me not only, when I buy a custom, when I commission something from somebody, it's usually a very unique piece or it could be a one of a kind, but just to see that, I always like the story of where things come from. I've always kind of said
Right.
that, like, yeah, I've got the store bought figures and stuff, but that's as far as it goes. Like these pieces here, I mean, like there's a history, there's a story to it, which makes that just so much
Oh,
more
I didn't
valuable.
even notice that until just
Oh
now.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I got the babies here. But it's even an extra layer on top of that, just to see all of a sudden like a fly on the wall watching you sculpt and create. How it's so to me, I think it's fucking cool. So
Well, I appreciate it. I've always been, well, as of the last 5 years, I've kind of come around to the idea that most people, honestly, it's like they don't give a rat's ass what we do as long as the end result is there. I don't mean
yeah.
to be cynical about it, but
No,
that's
it's
how it feels sometimes.
yes.
It's like, you put something up and you get like a product launch ready or something, and it's like until they see it in front of them, it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the ones like you that actually care about the craft of creating things,
Yeah.
because we,
I
we
I
do it for everybody.
unfortunately would like to think that I'm really not the majority when it comes to a customer or artist relationship where, yeah, probably a lot more are just like, I want it now. It's just, it's our society nowadays. It's society nowadays with Amazon. You buy it and it comes to you in 12 hours. Where's my statue, guy?
I get it. I understand. Well, I'm glad you're still enjoying them and they're safe, and
Oh, man.
that's awesome.
Just gorgeous. And everybody can check out the first Guy McMonstermaker, but he's blessed me with this bronzed chainsaw award of greatness for the museum. Yours and I, we both love the certain just little niche moment in that movie of the 2003 where
that
he's
upswing moment.
Dude.
Yeah.
So and I call it the samurai Leatherface, the pose. I think it's so fucking cool. And then, of course, going back into the history here, this was made by a guy as well, which is from that weird ass 2017 Leatherface movie of kind of the origin story. But I fucking love it, man. And,
to this day, I still want to know how strong were that kid's traps that he could hold that head on his neck,
dude.
But I mean, he did it, But I mean, when you think about it, it's Leatherface, so he probably just like blocked out the pain, the strain,
Yeah,
he just dealt with it because he's a badass, right?
And maybe that was a little bit of a snack every time he wore it. He was just kind of munching on the inside too, And it got a little lighter each time,
Right? He's having some some raw hamburger and
if you want to get worms, that's a really good way of doing it. Just don't cook your hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, he looked like he definitely had some parasites anyway, as skinny as he was.
I mean, that's the basic foundational, upbringing to somebody that's going to become a Leatherface anyway.
Right. Yeah.
We got Kathy Malloy is in the house. We got Brett Richard Gill. I see Joseph Juno's watching. Dude, what up, everybody, man? Thank you, everybody, for joining. Just plugging the idea too. If anybody's new on TikTok watching this stuff, which a lot of you I see watching, we're live on Friday nights. Usually have a wonderful guest like this. If you can't hang out in the live, get in on the comments. I do put this up on the YouTube page. You can watch it at your leisure later if you want to. But I just love that anybody gives a fuck to tune in, let alone have somebody like you.
It's an entertaining show, so I'm not surprised that they tune in.
Well, again, appreciate it, man. And just for the fact that somebody cool like you will come and hang out, and I fucking love it, man.
Well, it means more to me that you want me to hang out with you because you have a lot. I've seen the pedigree of people that you've had on your show, so it's nice to be on there. So
I got some good ones in the works here, dude. One of the big ones personally for me, and I don't want to hype it up much because I don't count my blessings till it happens. But it sounds like John Dugan, who played Grandpa in the original TCM, is looking forward to coming on. So
I hope I definitely want to see that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
and I know Fuller and a couple other people will probably be tuned in for that one specifically.
Oh yes. Yeah. And honestly, that's the ones personally to me. If nobody watched, I'm just doing it for me, dude. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be like the coolest thing to just sit there and pick that person's brain. Yeah. Absolutely, of course,
dude. 100%. I had Brett Wagner on a little bit ago. He played Leatherface in the 2003 movie. I mean, it's just from me, just from where I came from, just as a TCM collector to what I've done with the museum, whatever. Then also to podcast, to literally having people on the show that have been in the movies that I watch and idolize. I mean, it's so dorky and cool.
Do you get like super starstruck when you talk to them, or you like giddy or excited, or you just kind of play it cool?
I'm probably playing it cool, but I also do just kind of I feel okay with it, I mean, and I'm not trying to say that I don't care about, somebody's success or whatever, but, at the end of the day too, it just kind of, once you get into it, just because I think this format that I do, like, like you say, hey, what are we going to talk about? I don't know. I never know what we're talking about. There's no set, I got to be on time for this. Here's my list of questions.
Right.
I think if I did that, it would make me a little more nervous because I got to like, oh shit, I can't fuck this up,
Yeah, I got you.
So I think that puts me at a little more of a lax pace, So
yeah, okay. Well, right on,
dude.
I mean, it's certainly relaxing on this end. I was afraid I was going to be hacking my lungs out, but it turns things are going good. Well, knock on wood.
Now you say, yeah.
I know, right? As soon as anyway.
Joseph Juno says 2 fucking legends on 1 fucking podcast. What up, dude? And
Juno is one of the nicest people I have ever met. Like,
absolutely.
he really is. All yeah, he's a great human being.
Dude,
Yeah.
him and his wifey, and
Yes,
then
yeah,
his
great too.
daughter that she's so I Joseph, how old is she again? My apologies, but I think she's in like the 10 or 11-year-old age, but she's now painting figures and bloodying up stuff and really kind of getting artsy with it. She made me a figure, a Leatherface figure, amigo, that she doctored up, and it's so gruesome looking and awesome. And dude,
It's very clear that creativity and
yes.
artistry runs in that family because I've seen some photos that they share,
Yeah.
in daily passing, and I mean, just what even Brit did when she created that amazing
Yeah.
Mr. T E.T.
Yes, yes,
That
dude.
that was that was brilliant. Like, yeah, so I thought that was super rad because I love
Absolutely.
mashups and stuff like that. But yeah, they're great people. I'm hoping I can see them at Louisiana Comic Con this year. I haven't asked them if they're going yet, but
You
well,
know
maybe
they're
I'll
going.
respond to the comments.
You know they're going. He says she's 12, so yeah, dude, just such a great little age like that. Just being a father, man. I just love just like, I don't ever want to push my shit onto my kids, but when I just let
Yeah,
them figure out, but when I see that they show interest in something, I just love nurturing that, dude. It's just like,
yeah,
cool. Like the Zelda, she's the oldest. She's really into the arts and crafts and stuff. And she's making masks and things, and like
nice.
great, and the boy, he's into like Transformers and stuff. And I just cool, man. Whatever you want to do, as long as it ain't, nefarious or hurting somebody or whatever, but
100%.
it's
I mean, I
cool.
think that's really it's our job as parents
Yes.
is to do our best to foster whatever positive, creative thing or anything. Doesn't even have to be creative. What if they're math whizzes or some whatever it is that they love. We got to be like, go do
Dude,
that. I totally get it. hundred
absolutely.
percent.
So
Yeah.
a couple more out of the chat here. So Brett Gill says that I'll be here on Fridays from now on. I'm waiting for that script to come in. He's going to come on the show. He's a great collector, a TCM fan as well. Kathy Malloy says sounds like somebody should be in bed right now.
Yeah, Kathy. Kathy is my. She's my. We're like this. That one. I mean, Andrea's nicer, but she's
Ah,
great. But
Kathy's
yeah,
OG, man. She's fucking cemented in
if
the
she didn't give me
community.
crap, I think something was wrong with her at
That
this point.
exactly right. You'd be a little concerned. And then
I should be in bed, but
Tim and Amanda said, "Glad you're getting better, bro." And Mr. Kyle says we need Nate back as well. I have been talking with Evil Nate, and he is coming back on the show maybe this month, otherwise next month for sure when he chills out a little bit. That dude's so fucking busy. He's doing great things, man. He's from his wrestling career's taking off huge, and then they're always filming documentaries and doing all this stuff, and it's just cool. Again, like I feel like I've hit my level. I love my collection. I'll always add to it a little bit, but now what really interests me is seeing
yeah,
what
the
all my
nice one.
friends are doing, seeing what you're doing, seeing what Nate's doing, seeing what I mean. God, we got people that are opening up brick and mortar stores across the U.S. I mean, Aaron Sorensen. We got the Last Toy Store. I mean,
Yep,
holy
yep.
shit, dude,
Abshers, yeah, they're killing it, as
it's
I
so
understand
cool.
it.
It's just fucking
Yeah.
awesome, man. I'm so proud of everybody. It's so cool because it's just like you're just seeing people going out into their truly what they like. It's like everybody has a
Doing their
core.
thing,
We all
yeah.
kind of collect things. Okay, that's pretty similar, right? You can display your stuff a little differently, sure, but that's all. It's all generally kind of the same type of steps. But
Mhm.
now the next level, branching out and doing these things. It's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's a natural evolution, especially when you have that like ambition
Yeah.
or passion to do something. Like you and this podcast have grown considerably, and the Abshers. I mean, well, they were always when I met them, they were already amazing. So it
Hmm.
was a natural. I was very excited when they were talking about getting a brick and mortar store, and then they finally did. And I mean, I never hear from them anymore if they're watching, again. But I still love them. They're very amazing people. They're very awesome, and I couldn't be happier for their success because they work hard, man.
Yeah.
So
Well, plus they
it's
got
awesome.
kids too. I just,
Yeah, two little tiny
little
kids.
ones, man, and
So
it's so cool they bring them out to the cons and stuff. Just seeing them pictures. I just think, I man, God bless all the parents that are trying. Like you don't
I
have to be
just
a
think it's
good
great
parent.
because expose them, get them while they're young
Yeah,
into horror.
that dude nab them up, right?
Yeah, because I take my son to my shows, and he's a teenager now, and so he's definitely not one of those like this sucks. But
Yeah.
he's still a teenage boy, and so it's clear that he's helpful, very very good at representing the business when we're on site and all that. But
Yeah.
you could tell I'd rather be doing something else.
Uh,
So it is what it is. But so yeah, I think it's great that they can take them when they're little like that, and then they get them used to that.
yeah.
And, and then they'll become horror aficionados, right?
Well,
So
right. You kind of get this level of desensitized where it's not, this shit isn't really that scary because you're just like, oh,
right.
it's, whatever. Like,
Worked for us, our
it,
generation. We got to watch all the awesome, scary stuff. You
dude,
know?
man, the earliest horror movie I think I saw when I really shouldn't have, when I was really young and my babysitters, so I grew up in like Bloomington, Minnesota. It was kind of like a suburb of Minneapolis, and at the end of the block was a big apartment complex. And that's where a few of like the friends, the gang was at. But they were always, I was always the youngest kid, like by probably like 3 or 4 years or something. So I couldn't tell. I mean, I knew my brother was born, so I had to have been at least 6 years old. But I went over to their house, and none of the parents around, and we watched Child's Play like 1 and 2, and dude, I remember like I was acting like it was pretty cool, but then that fucking night when I went home, like me and my brother, we shared bunk beds. And in our closet we had an old plastic Fisher Price toy box, a toy chest, and
Oh,
and
like
and
the one that he got the hammer out of
yeah,
when he killed
something
the.
like that. I didn't make that
Yeah.
part of the connection, but what happened that night? We had like I guess some fucking mice or something. But when all of a sudden it was all dark and quiet in the room, I heard some noise coming from that fucking toy box or whatever, and like that's what it ended up being or something. And dude, yeah, that terrified the shit out of my little ass, dude. I had a mullet when I was little. I was putting up pictures not too long ago too. I was like, hell yeah, dude. I had this blonde fucking little dude mullet.
I remember when that movie came out. I wish I was able to see it when it. I remember when it came out on VHS.
Yeah.
I we rented it like 3 or 4 times, and every damn time that same thing happened with Predator. Every time that I would try to watch Child's Play or Predator, we had to go somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Every damn time, and then the video would have to go back, and then we would re-rent it, and then something else would happen, and I remember being so overjoyed when I finally got to watch it.
Good to
But
see
then,
the
yes,
end.
I'm pretty sure the same thing happened. Not with the toy chest, but like just being freaked out at night
Yeah.
because we all had the My Buddies or the My Pet Monsters or whatever,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that big of a stretch to imagine that they were trying to strangle you in your sleep for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I call those precursors to really building your horror imagination. So
That's
it
right.
worked out.
And it raises self-preservation and awareness in one's
Yeah,
body.
right. Yeah, it makes you ready for like tackling when the shit really does hit the fan.
That's right,
So
dude. When you got to battle out with a fucking doll trying to kill you. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was gonna say something, and I was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't say that. Never mind.
So
Anyway,
I got some questions now. So like, again, it's always, I love dragging you on because now we get to like touch base and shoot the shit because we're both so busy and stuff like that. We can kind of chat back
yeah,
and forth on a messenger here and there, but we all got lives and shit. But
yeah, I get
I,
it. Yeah.
I've been noticing just the branding and everything that you have. Like I said, I
Mhm.
was trying to find you one day on Messenger. I was like, did we like, are we unfriended or whatever? But all of a sudden I
No,
realized that you changed the.
yeah. A lot of people said that. John Carter messaged me a little bit before you did, and he was like, "What the hell happened? I don't see you." Because he messaged me on my personal Facebook, and he was like, "I don't see you on Guy McMonstermaker. You're still not part of the cool club." And we're like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Everyone's still on there. Like, I mean, everyone that I'm friends with is still on there." But it didn't even occur to me that it would change. And I figured, I don't know. My bad.
We all took notice, man. So no, but so
Well,
so I mean, it really interests me as to what you're doing on especially on a business side of what's going, because that's really grown as far as now.
yeah.
McMonstermaker Holdings is like kind of your parent company, and
Yes. Yeah.
then you got just so much stuff under them. Like I'm just not keeping up enough. Like tell me
Yeah.
everything you got going on as far as the
Oh
ventures and
God.
shit. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Well, so yeah, we had to pivot. So I mean, for me, the plan was just so you probably already know this. The plan was never to remain like like, you start out as a small business, and that's fine. You
Mhm.
pay your dues and you work for it. But I never intended to stay a small business. So right now we're focusing on producing our own IPs and our own copyrighted material. These days, based on public domain assets, kind of like what Todd McFarlane did, and
Okay.
Sideshow, and a couple like with Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz and things like that,
Yeah.
and then like certain creatures and stuff like that. Um, and so I'm starting to kind of phase out. I still do the unlicensed movie things that I love to do,
Yeah.
but like it's starting to become a lot more limited. So it's really only the things that I personally enjoy, that I think people at conventions will enjoy.
Yeah.
But lately, it's just been full on the company focusing. And once we switched from a sole proprietorship to an actual LLC, I decided that starting in the new year, we had to pivot. So I kind of like had a little bit of a head start, but it's mostly just so that we can really start to kind of get the branding and the merchandise on point when we start to do shows, and then
Yeah.
like doing onboarding for various websites and retail sites and things like that. It was just time to do that because we have so many DBAs underneath that umbrella company, like you said. And so I don't know. We got the Creatureporium cuties are the one that I put the most effort into in
Mhm.
2024, and that's basically kind of like our answer to Funko's. It's like for people who like to collect affordable small things that are still like detailed and
Yeah.
fun and creepy. And then we have the Necronomes, which they didn't get as much love last year, but we're going to be rolling out about 3 more this year, on top of probably maybe 6 more cuties. And then we have to start focusing on our new line of products, which are
Ooh.
called Shmishis. And
Okay.
don't,
Yeah.
it's goofy looking, it's goofy sounding. But so the thing is, one of the main reasons that we had to do the structuring that we did is because certain products don't necessarily align with the Creatureporium.
Okay.
So in order to reach a demographic that is interested in a particular type of product, we have to shift to a different type of branding. So the Shmishis are not associated with Guy McMonstermaker. That's its
Sure.
own DBA underneath.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
no one, unless you're reading the fine print on the back of the packaging, you're not going to
You'd never
notice,
know.
right?
Right.
So and then we have our gore gaming line, which is basically just initially I started to do creatures based on my book series, but I decided it's not quite necessary because people are going to take those and they're just going to create whatever story they want for the
Yeah.
tabletop
Okay.
gaming
Yep.
characters and things like that. So it's like, well, why bother giving a backstory and having them based on a particular IP when people can just do whatever the hell they want with them? So that's another thing that we're doing is the gore gamers. And then, of course, I have our collection classique line, which is coming out this year, starting with Frankenstein. And then I have this, you probably can't see him here, but this big ugly dude that I'm almost done working on.
Okay.
He's going to be one of our bust offerings. And
Cool.
yeah, what else? There's a million different things, brother. I'm sorry if I'm not articulating everything. There's other stuff. I just can't remember it right
No,
now.
you're doing just fine.
But,
So, all
but
right.
we have a lot on our plate, and we're really, really like, yeah, I'd lose my mind if I didn't, yeah, have my head attached to, what's that saying? You'd lose your head if it wasn't attached to you.
There it is. So,
Yeah,
okay. Now, distribution, again, just getting back on that business side of it. I
yeah,
see like so now you have your product even available on like Walmart.coms and stuff as a third
yeah.
party.
We finally were able to get onboarded on Walmart.com. That is a pain in the ass,
Sure.
frankly, but it's worth it. So right now, the main goal is we have a ton of back design products and stuff that we could put onto the website, but
Okay.
moving forward, what we're doing is we're basically registering all the UPCs for the new products going forward, and then directly onboarding them. So eventually, we'll have all of the back order of them on Walmart.
Yeah.
But really, the only reason we do it is just for that little bit of extra exposure because we have a full dedicated website
Mm-hmm.
for all of our products. But it's more for just people who are on the website, and they're looking for something that they may want to collect or something. And the plan is, of course, work your ass off, become a household name by like 2030 or 2035. Something, we're 5 years in. We
Yep.
haven't collapsed yet, so we're still alive. We have our down seasons every once in a while, but that's par for the course when you have a business like this, especially during the holiday season. The last couple of years, fortunately, we've been able to amass a certain amount of clientele that we haven't in the past
Yeah.
because people are now starting to understand that these make good presents. You know,
Yeah.
the issue that we had in the beginning was everyone would get very caught up on how these things were made and the machinery
Oh,
and things like
yeah.
that. And we don't
Right.
really have that issue anymore.
Yeah.
And so that has freed up a lot of time to be able to just focus on what matters, which is educating and customer acquisition as far as our products and things like that. As far as
Sure.
distribution goes, everything is still done in house, which is why I'm always exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
I have about 4 or 5 commissions left before I'm done, like done until I decide I want to do more maybe. But
Wow.
I'd be done with them already if it weren't for all the work that has to be done here
Sure.
because we do product packaging, product design, manufacturing, designing, everything.
Right.
And
Right.
so, yeah, just my heart's racing just thinking about it because I got to get back to work on Monday, and I'm like, I can feel my blood pressure raising from everything I got to do.
Oh,
But
see, what I
it's
need to
okay.
do, Guy, I need to ship you some of Uncle Stoney's Zonky juice here. That's gonna really
Hey,
take the
man,
fucking edge off it for you, you
I'll
know?
take it because I don't sleep very well. I'm always working well into the night, and it's yeah. So I need Stoney's
Eh.
sleep pills for
Dude,
sure.
Kyle says that you need a company mascot.
We have one.
Right.
The Guy McMonstermaker, or was he joking? I don't know.
No,
Sorry.
well, there was an LOL at the end of it, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with the crazy guy with the wacky hair is our
Oh,
mascot.
nice. Yes, the
Yeah.
mad scientist, right?
Yeah, well, because I make jokes about it because everyone calls me Guy, but my name's Drew.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you start the profile as Guy, everyone's just going to call you Guy. So
Yep.
I'm fine with it. Sean Fuller, we've been friends for years now, and he still calls me Guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
I'd
but
never
anyway,
not call you Guy. So
I know it's my name as far as Facebook's concerned. I get it.
So I
But,
gotta think that like so where you're heading right now, like the idea that the chapter's closing of like commission work, I would like to think, and I want to hear your thoughts on it, that it's got to be kind of liberating feeling to just put out things that are of your design and you don't need to take critique of people because like Walter, right? Let's talk about Walter and the train, right?
oh my
You sit you make
God.
things and then you show them progress and then they tweak it and this and you get this
Stoney,
input from the
Stoney, I
customer.
just said my blood pressure was going up. Why are you doing? No, no, no.
I'll leave him alone. But
I
you know
I
what I'm
love
saying though is
Walter,
like
but
it's got
yeah.
to feel good for the fact of like you're just making something without any other input and you're putting it out there and now it's available and it's not like, "Oh, can you change this?" No, this is how it comes, bitch. Like
Well, so interestingly enough, even for all the years that I did do commissions, no one ever really did that except for Walter.
really? Oh,
Yes,
man.
very few people, because a lot of the time, we would have the idea of what they wanted before we even began, and so
Yeah.
like I always would work hard to kind of curate that image as best I could. So very few of those instances actually happened.
Okay.
I mean, of course they did every once in a while, but
Yeah.
no one was like
Nobody.
Walter.
Like that fucking
Um,
Australian little
Whew, I
brother
can
of
say
ours.
this. It is. I don't know if it's liberating because I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say liberating per se.
Okay.
It's definitely there's still a certain level of pressure because when you're producing something that's for a consumer,
Yeah.
you can't please everybody. So that adds a new layer of pressure because you have to kind of deal with the fact that you're producing something that for one demographic it might be just a thing, and for another it's just
Yeah.
like completely going to turn them off. And then when you compound that with the fact that you're producing a product that you are getting ready to ship out somewhere, and then let's say you finally got it to market, you're going to a show or something, and the time that it took for you to produce that, say, was time that you didn't produce something that demographic that is in your presence might have
Yeah.
actually wanted to put out. So the trick is to feel that lack of pressure. You have to kind of bifurcate your time between, okay, we're going to do the badass, ugly, super detailed thing for the guys who like that stuff. We're going to do the cute stuff for the people who like that stuff. We're going to do the things for the
Oh
not
yeah.
ugly stuff for people who like it. And so you just have to find a schedule. And I think we've got one down that's pretty good to keep me from feeling that pressure.
Sure.
So I would like to say that it's liberating, but it's not. But but I would like to say that for sure. Like right now, I think the thing that is the most pressure really is just getting these last commissions done.
Mhm.
I have a few for Amy Hastings that I'm doing, and
The
she is
Terminator.
She has the patron. She's the patron saint of patience. This woman.
Yes, good for her.
She is amazing. And I'm finally almost done with these last two for her, and then I got another one. I'm doing a Michael Myers,
That
Rob
life-size
Zombie,
one, right?
well, not life size. It wasn't intentionally life size. It's pretty big, but
Sure.
it's like 63 inches tall. And my God, I love the guy I'm making it for, though, so it makes it bearable. But
Yeah.
Jesus, first of all, I do not like Rob Zombie's Halloween at
Yeah.
all. And second, I really don't like part two. But he wanted it, and we had a lot of discussion because first it was going to be one thing, and then another, and then another, and then we
Yeah.
finally settled on Myers. And interestingly enough, it was only supposed to be 36 inches in the beginning.
Okay.
And then the idea was that I would make the coveralls myself, right?
Oh.
Like design them and then make them in-house to put onto the 36-inch piece.
Sure.
That's not happening with my schedule. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, sure.
He understood that. And so we compromised, and he's, I don't know if it was him or me. I'm going to give him the credit because he's amazing and I don't care. But I think it might have been him. He said, well, what if we got coveralls from a Halloween costume?
Yeah,
for a
sure.
kid, and I was like, that's okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. And the problem is not problem, but we had been working on this piece for so long because I have other responsibilities I got to do on day to day.
Yeah.
And so when it was time to find okay, good, I have time to tackle these. I'm going to get to it. By the time I got back to it, I'm like, how fucking big is this thing? Oh my God. I couldn't even remember that it was this massive. And then it wasn't until my wife put the statue shoe up to her foot that I was like, oh my God, this thing is as big as her, as tall. And so I thought that was interesting. So I can't wait to get this one done.
Holy shit.
Yeah. We have three other commissions after that. And then we're done. I'm doing a Carol Ann for Mitch Hennessy. Okay. I believe he goes by on Facebook. Amazing guy. Super. I love that guy. Anyway, we're doing a Carol Ann being attacked by the hand coming out of the TV for him.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm doing a blob, a piece from the blob where the guy's reaching out from the hospital and the blob's like pulling back his skin and eating him. And then I'm doing Delbert from Arachnophobia, like spraying a spider down and killing it.
Dude,
so those are the last three.
Those are some good ones to end on, though. Holy shit.
Yeah, they are. I mean, so I say it's the last, but I don't know. I might do some more in the future, but we're talking very, very sparingly. I learned from this last time, if you're going to take any on, there's a whole different way of doing it now. So it's like, okay, we'll do one, and then we'll wait 3 months after that one's done, and then maybe we'll do another one. I don't know. I have no idea. But
wow.
Anyway, sorry. Now I'm just not even letting you talk. My bad, brother.
Oh, you shut up. No, this is perfect. I just can't believe that you didn't want to put seamstress as another another jack of all trades, because you're like the Elon Musk right now to all the fucking everything from different horror lines to fucking author to to producer to artist to fucking salesman to handsome podcast guest. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is
look who's talking. You're the handsome one. I'm just the guest here, sir. So so the plan is I probably will add seamstress to the line of things that we do eventually, especially for the cinema classique pieces. Yeah. Because I want them to be very, very premium. And so I'll probably end up having to do that for certain things.
Sure.
We'll see. But for the foreseeable future, I don't have the time to do it. I know how to sew very minimally, so I literally have to teach myself how to do all that. But that's just another thing to add to the list of stuff I got to do.
Oh, yeah. Forward, right? Absolutely. So Kyle, when he was saying you need a company mascot, he says, like a costume. He's talking like a real Oh. You could hire your boy to be the costume when you go out and do the conventions there. You could be out.
Oh God, dude, you want to talk about not enjoying yourself. I can only imagine him like, can I take this stupid thing off?
Yeah. I'm fucking dying here, Dad.
Right? Dad, I only see you for the summers, like, substantially. Like, why the fuck are you doing this to me? I'm like, all right, fine. We'll just stick to the sweatshop. After that,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why it made me think about it, but you see, like, there was like a recent picture of like Disneyland, like Minnie Mouse, and it's some Mexican guy with a head. He's like smoking a heater. You know, it's like traumatizing childhood.
Yeah. You're not really who you say you are. Why do you have a little head inside your big one? Excuse me. But anyway.
And Tim and Amanda, they say, "Don't let me down, Drew. Remember the 50 commissions I want." LOL.
Yeah. I love Tim. Tim, I talk to that guy every day, and he always has some sort of, not every day, but a lot of times, he has some sort of like great idea for
Yeah.
something that I need to do to one of my pieces. Like I'll show him like a work in progress because he's a personal friend.
Yeah.
Like we're close, so I like to show him stuff as I'm working on it that I don't show the public yet.
Sure.
And a lot of times, that guy, wow, that's really cool. But you know what you should do?
Yeah.
And it's always like some crazy idea.
Yeah. And
But
you're like,
yeah,
damn, that's good.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Me and Wonka, you know, Riley and Evil Wonka's going to be on next Friday. He's the next guest too, and dude, when he was like into the actual custom work, because now he's just a regular working jack off like me, and but I would sit there. We'd talk all day and night throughout, you know, the fucking.
Wait.
You know,
I'm sorry. He doesn't make his pieces anymore.
he doesn't have the time for it right now. He's back into working. You know, he's bar back. He's working at the Hard Rock Casino, or not the casino, but the Hard Rock Cafe. And dude, they've got him working like 50 something hours. He's got no time for it, and it's a hole in his heart. You know, he's so torn about it.
Yeah,
It's
I was
like,
gonna
hey,
say, I can imagine that would
Yeah.
be disappointing. I hope he's able to find time to get back to it.
I
'Cause
do
know
too,
that
and I think
I'm
he
sure the
will.
community probably misses it also.
Absolutely,
So.
you know, but it's like, hey, at the end of the day, it's like when it comes down to paying bills or, you know, whatever. I mean, you know, sometimes we gotta do our duties, you know.
I
So,
get it. Yeah.
but back when he was, you know, in his heyday of making things, I would sit there and rifle off fucking ideas left and right to him. He had a notebook that was me of just. You know, every time I tell him, he'd write it down. I said, "That's another thing." I think we had like 13 ongoing. Like, this is the next one. This is the next. This is the next. And
Stoney's journal.
Yeah,
of
dude.
upcoming
My rambling
Mad
thoughts.
Bat pieces. That's awesome. He's I mean, he was very prolific with those. I remember.
Yeah, dude. And Tim says I love the few Wonka pieces that I have as well. I mean, it's like, you know, again, the fucking Big Tommy. I know the microphone's right in the way, but my 36-inch tall Leatherface.
I remember seeing when he made that, like watching when he was putting it together. That thing, I knew you would go crazy for that because that's gorgeous.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's a good piece right there.
Just getting these really cherished pieces from the homies like you guys, like that. It just means the fucking world to me. Just come down in this room and just see that and be like, dude, you know, nobody else has this piece from Guy. You know, nobody has this, and this, and
and that's the other thing. I think yours was one of the first ones. Like that's around the time that I was like, okay, just one. We're done. And then like one from now on, moving forward, only one.
One and done.
Yeah. So I'm glad you like it. I still feel bad over that one misunderstanding that we really had.
No fucking worries on anything, dude. See, I was gonna say to you too. I'm gonna try to selfishly pitch something to you, but you know, I've got 3 days in September here in Minneapolis where the Crypticon is happening, and you know, I would love to see, you know, a Guy McMonstermaker Creatureporium booth there at the Crypticon. I'd even help chip in on the fucking table price to get your ass up here. But
that is extremely thoughtful of you and very generous. No, I'm serious. But I don't. You say September?
Yeah, it's in September.
I don't think we would be able to make it. We have about 15 shows this year.
Holy fuck!
And that's a lot of traveling that we're already doing. By the way, I don't know. Are you familiar with a gentleman named Kenneth Tinman Huster by any chance? Does he ever watch your show?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I was going to say I was about to send a shout out to him really quick because he was kind enough to tell me about a show that was going on in Seattle that he wanted me to try to apply for and I haven't responded to him yet, and I was thinking, oh, I should probably do that now too, because we do. The plan is we need to branch out into
Sure.
other states. Right now, mostly the eye is on Louisiana, Texas, like all of Texas, and then
Oh
like
yeah.
Oklahoma,
Yeah.
Florida. If we can, um, we want to start going west and up more, but
Sure.
it's just it's just a matter
Of course, dude. It's
finding
capacity. It's
yeah.
capacity. We only got so much in a day, man. But
No, 100%. And I hate saying that. Like I haven't worked out in 6 months, and I used to be the person that would say like, "Shut up and just get in the gym. You can always
yeah.
make time, big fucking baby." And now I'm like, "There's no way. I don't know how you guys do it." And so
Jesus.
yeah. Anyway, but I would definitely love to go out there at some point and do a show. Certainly, I want to go there. I want to go to Maryland. I want to go to Pennsylvania. Selfishly, also, it's mostly so I can meet people like you.
Yes. Yes.
Joe, I'm sorry, John Carter, and I'd love to meet the Abshers.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Tim, and but that's not Minnesota. But anyway, you think about that. We might be thinking out this summer at some point.
Dude, for
Hopefully.
sure, man. Mr.
But
Brett Wagner's in the chat. Mr. Leatherface, Grace in the presence. What up, my dude?
I don't know if you see it on your screen here, but I'm seeing like this kind of glitchy. I don't know if it's affecting your.
You're kind of glitching out. It kind of looks cool. You look like a hacker now. Just
Yeah. Is that okay? So it's not me. I promise, guys. I'm not doing it.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, the audio sounds good and everything. It's just kind of
yeah. Everything's great.
It's just a cool. Fantastic. It's like you clicked on a cool filter or something that the kids on the TikTok do.
Right. I'll be like, we are anonymous.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Put on the mask.
Right. No. So anyway,
man.
how are you doing? How's work and everything? I understand you weren't able to take Christmas off.
Yeah, and that was okay. That was no hardship. Right. I got a crew of 8 or 10 guys spread out throughout a couple states that work for me, and I started seeing the time off requests coming in at the end of summer. And everybody started thinking about the rest of the year, and all of a sudden it was like Christmas off, Christmas this, and and that's fine because I just know personally, like our immediate family here in this household, we're such a young family still that we don't really travel around much yet. So, I was like, you know what, let everybody go branch and do their thing. And I at least knew in advance where I took off some other different weeks for myself. So I took off the week of Thanksgiving. I took off the week of Halloween. So I enjoyed vacation times and that was fine, but I just let them work.
Good.
It was just kind of weird this year or last year how like Christmas was on, it was like in the middle of the week. New Year's was in the middle of the week. We were open most of the rest of those days. So it just didn't seem like a big vacation holiday, but.
Right. I understand.
Kyle says guy with a rave filter.
Right. I need like sunglasses and like a party hat or those glow sticks or something.
You gotta get Blood Rave on here. Shout out to Blood Rave.
Is the deer head warding off evil spirits in your office?
Dude, I gotta send you a new picture of it too because he's now donning so okay. All right. So my buddy James, who works with me there, we always get a bunch of like just cheapy vendor type of stuff, right? A scissor lift company brings in, a calendar and a hat, and a mug. Well, they drop off these little chintzy clocks. And so we've got a rental company. I'll give a plug to Duke Rental. They're awesome. And their rep is one of our good buddies. We've had a lot of history with them. But he takes us out to lunch here and there. And what James did, we spray painted the rim of this cheap clock gold, and then I told him he needs to hook a chain up to it, so he's got like a Flavor Flav Duke clock. And so we showed up to lunch one day with him wearing that, and it was a big laugh. It was funny. Well, that's on the deer head. It's hanging from the deer head. Is this golden Duke clock, and it's gorgeous, man. Fucking love it.
I love it. Yeah, I got to see that. If you get a chance, I would love to see that.
I'll have to make sure to take a picture.
My album.
Again, that's another cool ass thing I got from you. I mean, I think I'm up to 4 pieces then from you at least. I mean,
4?
I mean,
I don't know. So you have those 2.
You I got your collaboration with Star Wars Mike the Totem.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
And then I feel like I've bought a couple of small. Anyway, it's so cool, dude. Again, you're sitting the deer. I'm like, well, of course I see that every day, and that was you. I won that in a raffle, dude. It was fucking awesome.
Right. Yes, sir. I got to say, looking behind you, your collection is incredible. Like, so
Thanks, dude.
I only this last year really started to kind of appreciate collecting
Yeah.
because I started to collect my own. I started to collect alien figures that like I would get from like. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but I only collect alien figures that are bootleg from Temu
Okay. Yeah.
because it's like they're extra, even more rare because
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
like they're the knockoffs. And so it's I don't know. There's something I thought was something funny about it. And so I don't have a whole lot, but I have a pretty decent collection. It only
Cool.
fits 2 tops, so it blows my mind when you can look at your entire environment is
Yeah.
nothing but your awesome collection, and that's impressive.
I
Like that reminds me of Tim and Amanda. They're
yeah.
collectors like you. Like you guys are. Whew, it's
Dude,
crazy.
it's this
It's just
room. I mean, it's and
yep.
all you guys see is just right behind me, but the wall here is the same, the wall there is the same, and in front of me, every inch of this place is just covered and stuff. And yeah, but I at some point, and I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna get to, but I've really been itching to redesign this for the layout for the show, where I
Okay.
kind of want to be more so back here where I'm right up against the wall, and and just kind of relay it out because I got so many cool pieces now. Where when I first laid it out, it was like, okay, this is the 1974 collectible stuff, and then over here is TCM3, and over here's the remake, and like, but I got so many cool things now. I mean, like, especially the custom piece. I mean, my Stoney's TCM piece that Kyle made for me. I mean, just really good sentimental things. I'm like, I really want some of those choice things to be the backdrop of the show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Certainly.
but it's just, again, it's like you say, it's just, when do you have the time to do that? So at some point.
Yeah. That's when you have to start recruiting the children. All right, we're gonna make
Yeah.
a game out of it. You move
Right?
this over here. You move this over here.
Exactly. Tim says that he sleeps in this madness.
I mean, and there's worse places to sleep. That's pretty rad, if you ask me. I mean,
Yes.
do you charge admission to go down there? Because you should.
Well, I mean, the whole idea was, up until a year ago, I was very close to signing a lease on a brick and mortar store for doing
I
the
thought
museum.
so. I thought I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, because it's, especially nowadays, I know it just sounds dorky that it's like people probably roll their eyes and they go, oh, Stoney's TCM Museum. Yeah, okay, it's just a collection. It's like, this was literally a museum I was opening up, and like, I, was talking with, flying in, and people coming in to do signings and, doing a real thing. But it just,
Yeah.
once I started seeing the dollar amount of the investment per month for rent and this for something that, when do I have time to physically be there? Okay, does that mean I'm hiring somebody? Who's really coming
Right.
by? I mean, it just wasn't a sound business decision that,
No, I get it.
I mean,
100%.
you'd have to have X amount of admissions, and who's really coming into Minnesota to see strictly a Texas chainsaw? It's a really niche little market. I mean, yeah, you'd have people that would
Right.
come here and there, but so
It still does seem like a very good idea, but I get what you're saying
yeah.
100%.
It just,
Yeah.
I can't financially tank that, for the family
Right.
finances. So, but I'm
Yeah.
leaving that as an option that, I mean, hell, I don't have any hopes and dreams of this podcast being something, successful in like monetization and all that type of shit. But hell, maybe if it did at one point and it was making a little bit of money, that maybe
Yeah.
that would fund and make that a possibility. So, never
Right.
say
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, I'm certainly rooting for you because I mean, if anybody were better qualified, I don't know. Like, I think Stoney would be the like when so there are certain people in the community. You hear their name and it's like, okay, TCM
Yeah.
or Friday the
Shit.
13th or Halloween, or like, so you are the patron saint of Texas Chainsaw, right?
Well,
So
and I love it. That's when I get tagged, it's either an at everyone tag, or it's literally somebody's going, hey, look at this mask for sale. Look at this. And I just go, I love it that I'm the one that comes to mind when somebody sees it,
yeah,
Leatherface. I go, fucking thank you.
right,
How cool. So,
yeah, no, that is true.
you know,
But I mean, look at your collection. If they didn't, do they really know you?
uh,
I mean,
yeah. That's another thing too with me. I'm like, I'm very consistent. I'm like, when I stick to something, I stick to it. And like, this collection just shows it. I don't deviate, like,
yeah,
and so like Shango, he changes his up a lot, which is great too. Again, I'm not saying this is the way it should be at all. Everybody does their own thing, but he switches up his shit a lot, and he just goes, man, I don't know how you can, after all these years, you're still just sticking with that, and he goes, he's like,
Yeah.
kudos to you, man. I think it's awesome. I go, hey, it's just, you know,
It's like some things they just like they just it, you love them so much they're just you can't part with them.
right.
Like I
Yep.
totally get it. I would say that's how I am with alien stuff. Like
Sure.
that's just yeah, I totally get it 100%. So I say just keep growing the
Yes.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Yes.
collection as best you can.
Dude, fucking right, man. Kathy says you're welcome, Stoy. I missed why, but thank you. Whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
best to
god.
just smile and nod with her, right?
That's
So
it. Oh hell yeah. And Apostle Gore on YouTube saying what up, dude? Fucking right. I love this multi-streaming. I think it's so interesting. And it's
yeah, how
funny.
do you
It's
keep track of all that? Is it like a software that you're
Yeah,
able
it
to?
all comes through my streaming software. So
Okay.
it's just got little different icons, a little Facebook icon, a little this for everybody that's in the
Okay.
stream.
Is that what the Stream Labs is? That's your streaming
Yes.
software?
Yep. Yes. That's the one I use. So Streamlabs and then there's StreamYards are two very popular ones. I like
Okay.
this one a lot more, but I haven't really jumped around on them at all. It just, I
Right. Well, if it
whatever.
ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Oh, Kathy says alerting you to TCM. You're welcome. Thank you, Kathy. I wouldn't be anything without you, my dear.
Oh wow. Is there any truth to that? Did she turn you on? I can't imagine that she's the one.
I'm sure. I see again. My brain is so fried with fucking short term memory from being an idiot when I was younger and a teenager, smoking all that pot. I'm not great on that. So I just props to everybody, and sorry if I don't give you a shout out when it's deserved. It's not intentional. I guarantee you.
Yeah. Likewise, if I don't say hi to everyone that Stoney's saying hi to, I might not recognize the
Yeah,
name, so I don't want to snub anybody. I just do we know each other? I don't know.
dude. I
We know a lot more people than I do, I think so.
I still do know though, Kathy, absolutely. She's always shooting me over messages here. She sends me shit of like new TCM releases that are like, like just really weird off the beaten path. She's like, hey, check this. I'm like, holy fuck, thank you. Okay, purchase done. Like, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I would have never it was never on my radar, dude. Like
She is incredibly sweet. Just don't let that get out or anything. But she's amazing. She's amazing. She really
Kathy,
is.
you gotta come up to the fucking Crypticon in Minneapolis and slang some of that nightmare what the fuck do I want to say?
Frightmare.
Yeah.
Frightmare. I hope we're neighbors again this year, Kathy. I don't know if we will be, but hopefully.
Oh man. Well, Mr. Guy, I got to take a piss here pretty soon. So we've already been banging this out for like an hour and 15 minutes, man. I could
Have
shoot this
we?
shit with you forever, man. This is,
Yeah, it didn't even. It feels like it's only been like 35 minutes.
but
Well, we definitely should do it again.
yes, dude, and
Um,
that's it, dude. My fucking door is always open, man. You want to kick it again next fucking month or whenever you got time. You got something new coming out, something cool. I do got to ask. I got to go back. When are the Schmeeshies coming out? When are we going to start to see that stuff?
that'll be out this year, probably sometime close to April, May.
Okay.
Is the goal.
All right.
We have 6 of them that are going to be rolling out. They're going to be about the same form factor as the cuties, so relatively small, maybe about 3 inches tall, if
Sure.
that, maybe a
Okay.
little shorter, depending on
I dig
the
it.
version. But yeah, those are coming soon. I know they sound funny, but they're cute.
No, dude, it's fucking awesome. And I've said it before too. I really come to appreciate different size scales for my collections. I can't look and everything's a fucking 8-inch figure. Everything's it's like different sizes, groups, classes, all that. It's great, man. And especially once you start to max out, you need little things to kind of fill in the gaps. So
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
killer.
And we've found that it's also it's just a good idea for not just exposure, but just affordability. Like
Yeah.
if I just made pieces that were like always in the hundreds, that's
Sure.
I mean that's not good for anybody really.
Well,
So
right, and not to mention not everybody has the same budget. So
exactly,
there's some people
so you
that are
try
the
to
big
accommodate
ballers.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Well,
But I'll
again,
let you get to the bathroom then.
you're just you're a kind soul. I always appreciate your friendship, and I look forward to just
But
many years to come, man, and just seeing
the
what
way
you
I
do.
see it, brother, I'm only as good as the people around me, and I'm just very fortunate that just about everybody is kind. So it's not hard to be kind, right? Like to just get
Right.
along with everybody.
Exactly.
But I'll admit, you make it especially easy because you are like one of the fucking nicest people that I know. So, you know,
Just
anyway,
watch your
you're
drink when
awesome.
I drop those gummies in there because it's night night,
Oh,
Peanut.
gee. We'll do. And maybe it'll get me to get some decent sleep for once. So,
Yes. All right. Well, I will shoot you the message for the link for the coffee for the wifey and all that type of
right
stuff.
on.
And yeah,
Right
dude.
on.
And
Thank you,
again,
brother.
so I hope you have a nice evening, and I'm glad you're on the
You
road
as
to
well.
recovery with your sickness and stuff. And appreciate you making time for
Very
me,
much.
man.
And it was great talking to you. And goodbye to everybody who's watching.
Yes.
And we'll definitely do this again at some point. Hope you have a good weekend, brother.
All right, brother. Talk to you later, man.
See you.
All right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the mighty, powerful Guy McMonstermaker himself. A fucking a good dude to the community, as you can fucking tell for anybody that watches. So, if you guys are unfamiliar by any means, please go check him out. Guy McMonstermaker with the Creatureporium. Support him, buy his stuff. Even if you don't want to spend money, just sharing and liking and following and stuff is that's always just a really good way of just just being a good person and fucking supporting people that you like and stuff. What I mean, we don't have to take your fucking money, but to share something, to talk about something, it's free, baby. So always hook up the brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So again, it just dropped, motherfuckers. So we're talking Uncle Stoney's Zonky Juice, Nighty Night Peanut. These are sleep well gummies, okay? So after your ass is done rifling through espresso at fucking 9:30 p.m. on a goddamn Friday, and all of a sudden you go, holy shit, I'm wired. Baby, it's time to take some of these and even it out, man. It's kind of, what do they call it? Is that speedballing? Is that what that is? I'm not huge into the drugs, but I think that's what it is, right? Somebody's on coke and they got to take something else to kind of even it out, something like that. That's what I'm trying to get you to do right now, except with legal things, with espresso, with caffeine, and then with Uncle Stoney's Zonky Juice, the gummies, baby. You can get this on the motherfucking Printify shop. You see the link in the bottom corner, right over there, whatever. That's where all the merch is at, baby. You can also get yourself some of the hot new, beautiful Stoney's TCM blend coffee. You can get it in full bean or ground, whatever the fuck you want. But baby, always remember that the coffee is family, okay, motherfuckers? So if you like what you see and you want to support the show, again, that's the pitch for it. You can go over there. I've got Stoney's TCM Museum merch. I also got the podcast merch and some other goofball stuff. Anything that's purchased on there goes straight back into the show so I can buy better microphones, better Wi-Fi, better signal, all this shit, just to kind of up the production value on it, man. So it's really appreciated. And of course, the sponsor of the show, Half Moon Design and McDonald, a true fucking homie of mine, of the communities. She specializes in some top quality handmade. Horror theme is the majority of it. Bags, wallets, mini backpacks, you name it. But also she's got her viral TikTok burrito wallets and all that type of stuff. Check her out. And if you are going to support her and buy something off her Shopify, make sure you use the promo code Space Corp. So when you check out, you're going to get 10% off your entire order. No gimmick, no bullshit. It's not like only a certain couple of things. Fucking one thing, 100 things. It doesn't matter, baby. So check that shit out. My TCM homies, if you're still in need of some of these fully licensed small production Madrid skateboards, I still got a few of them. Only 500 made of the full chainsaw style board. The silver exclusives, only 100 of those made. I got a couple each. They're sold out. They're $124.95 straight retail. Don't pay these goddamn scalpers a penny more. Your boys got you, all right? I'm not in it to make money. I teamed up with Madrid. I'm an official licensed dealer of them. I will give you the straight retail price. You just pay the shipping. That's it. I don't need to make a buck. I'm just in it for the homies that love this shit to actually, get one for your collection instead of it going to the scalping cunt bag motherfucking piece of shit dicks. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's as much bullshit as I can pimp, ladies and gentlemen. Again, to everybody watching on TikTok, all the new people that I'm seeing, what up? Welcome. I hear TikTok is probably going away here in about 7 days or something like that. So make sure you follow me on the Facebook page. You can see the links down below there. Also, check me out. Follow me on the YouTube page. But if you want to get in on the live action, the live aspect of it, this is where you'll find it. Get in on the chat. Get your questions in for the guests. The banter back and forth. It's a social hour, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you can't, again, I put these episodes back up on the YouTube so you can watch them at your leisure. I appreciate the shit out of every single one of you people. I hope you have a great fucking weekend. Again, everybody that's fucking showing some support, buying some shit from the merch store. I appreciate the fuck out of all y'all motherfuckers. You're all beautiful to me tonight, and I would just wish I could take everybody home. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, This is Stoney. This is me, baby. You're here watching Space Corps podcast live from the TCM Museum of Minnesota, freezing my goddamn nuts off. Kyle, good night, brother. I appreciate you. Everybody else that's been chilling in the chat tonight, you're the real fucking homies. I will see you next Friday with the evil Wonka himself. Riley Estes will be on the show. He's on vacation all week, so we're going to get him all loose and talking fucking whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So until next time, baby. Peace, motherfuckers.